Hi guys, it's Mrs. Tucker. Get out your money worksheet, the one that I gave you out yesterday. Let's go over a couple of problems here this morning. I think we might have done that one in class. Yes, we did. And we might have gotten to that one in class, in one of the classes. I think we did. So I want to start with number 3. Let's do number 3 together. It says Shirley bought 4 jackets for $90.30. If each jacket cost $21 before tax was added, what tax rate did she pay? Anytime they ask about tax rate, they're looking for the percent. All right, so step 1 involves this number and that number. Yeah, we bought 4 jackets. They were $21 before tax was added. Let's multiply 21 for each jacket times 4 jackets. Those 4 jackets cost $84 before tax was added. Okay? Step 2. Step 2 involves this number and this number. What are we going to do? Yeah, let's subtract the 2 numbers. Don't forget your decimal points right there. Line up your decimal points. We're going to subtract the 2 numbers. I'm going to take the $90.30, the number that has tax in it, and subtract $84, the number that doesn't have tax in it. And when I do that, $6.30 represents what? Yeah, that's the amount of tax that was added onto the $84 to come up with our final number here, our final amount of money we have to pay. So, step 3, now that I know the tax amount, the part that is tax, the part of my cost that is tax, I want to know the percentage of the whole that is the tax. So I'm going to put the $6.30 where? Yep, that's the part that is the tax. I'm trying to figure out my percentage. I need a whole. Am I going to use that number for my whole? Or am I going to use that number for the whole price of the jackets? We would not use this number here because that's an amount that already has the tax in it. I would not calculate tax on an amount that already has tax in it. So I'm going to use the $84 as my whole. Okay? Now, how do you solve a percent proportion? Yeah, you cross multiply. P times 84, or 84 multiplied by P, equals 100 times 6.30. Well, multiplying $6.30 by 100 moves the decimal point 2 places to the right. So that's 630. How do I solve for P? Yeah, P is 630 divided by 84. Which one goes in the house? The 630. 84 goes out here. All right? When you get the answer that goes right here, that's going to be your percent. So don't forget to put a percent on the end. Now you just have to divide this out. Let's see what you get. What'd you get? Okay, I want to move on to another question. Let's go back and do this one here. 2 friends, this is number 4. 2 friends split the cost of a CD, which had a listed price of $16. They had a 20% off coupon, and then they paid 8.25% sales tax. How much did each friend pay? Okay, that CD. And don't forget at the very end, how much did each friend pay? I'm going to write this up here because the last step is going to be to do what? Yeah, we're going to have to divide by 2. If I don't write that up there, I forget. Okay, the CD has a list price of $16. They had a 20% off coupon. Okay, I know what to do with a percent. I'm going to put that over 100. Part over whole. Well, is the $16 the 20% part they don't have to pay? No, that's the whole. Let's put 16 down here and X up here. And then you're going to cross multiply to solve. That's going to be 320. So x equals 320 divided by 100. Did you know dividing by 100 moves your decimal point 2 places to the left? Yeah, so I get 3.20. You know, there's a faster way to do this. What's 10% of 16? 10% of 16 moves the decimal point 1 place. Yeah, that's $1.60. If 10% of 16 is $1.60, what's 20% of 16? Yeah, double this, and you get $3.20. Wasn't that a lot faster than doing this? I think so. I think anytime I see easy numbers like 20%, I'm going to use this 10% rule. Okay? Well, anyway, I know how much I don't have to pay. My 20% discount means that I don't pay $3.20. That's also known as your discount amount. So what's our next step? Yeah, if I don't have to pay $3.20 of the 16, how much do I have to pay? Let's take $16 and subtract $3.20. I do have to pay $12.80. Okay? Once the discount has been removed from the price, that's when you figure up your sales tax. Okay? Well, they gave us a percent. That's going to go over 100. So here's step 3. 8.25 over 100 equals part over whole. Is this number down here the part that is the tax, or is that the whole price of the item I'm buying? Yeah, that's the whole. That's going to go down here. So X is going to be the part that is tax. This is my tax amount. So I'm going to cross multiply to solve. I'm going to let you guys pick up a calculator here. If you show me the steps, if you're showing me all of this work, then you're going to pick up a calculator and crunch me a number right there. Okay? Crunch me a number right there. Let's see what you get. Do you hear me crunching numbers? I took 8.25 and multiplied by 1280. Tell me what you got. Did you get 105.6? Okay. This is showing your work. Now, how do I find out what X is? I'm going to take 105.6 and divide by 100. Did you know that dividing by 100 moves the decimal point 2 places which way? Yeah, to the left. If I move it 2 places to the left, I get 1.056. That's our tax amount, but we have to round to the hundredths place. So my actual amount of tax is $1 and what? Yeah, 6 cents. Okay, we're not done because that's the amount of the tax. What does the cash register always do with your tax? Yeah, it adds it back to the price of your item. So our next step is to add these two together. All right, fourth step. The discounted price of my item plus my tax there's the price of the item with the tax. Am I done? Am I done with this? I think I'm done. Let's go back and read it. How much did each friend pay? Oh, I'm so glad I went back and read it because I'm not done. What was that last step? Yeah, I got to divide it in 2. So, the fifth step is to take $13.86, don't forget to put your decimal point up there, and divide by 2. That's the last step. Let's see what you get. Keep going. I want to know what you get for an answer. All right? Good job, guys. This is the kind of question you're going to get on a STAR test. Multi-stepped questions, but you can do it. You'll be rock stars by the time you take this STAR test, okay? Okay, let's do number 7 under the section called "That Price Was Too High." Number 7 says, Jose saved $22.50 when he bought a TV that was on sale. If the sale price was 30% off the regular price, what was the regular price of the TV? Okay, I do have a percent. You know, I got this crazy problem. I don't know where to start, but I can always start with that percent. And I can do what with the percent? I can put it over 100. So I think that's what I'm going to do. 30 over 100 equals part over whole. Well, let's see. Jose saved $22.50. $22.50 is the part he did not have to pay. It's not the whole price of the TV. So the $22.50 is going to go where in our percent proportion? That's not the whole cost of the TV. That's the part that was 30% off. So we're going to put $22.50 right here, and we're going to put X down here. That's what we're trying to figure out is, what was the regular price of the TV? Once you guys solve for X, you have your answer, because this whole right here is the whole price of the TV. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this fraction. They're both divisible by what number? 10. So I get 3 over 10 equals $22.50 over X. How do you solve a percent proportion? Cross products are equal. 3 times X gives you the same answer as 10 times 2250. What happens to your decimal point when you multiply by 10? One place to the left or to the right. If you multiply by 10, should the number get bigger or smaller? It should get bigger. So I'm going to move this decimal point one place which way? To the right. Yep, I get $225. 3 times some unknown number is $225. How do you figure out what the unknown number is? We're going to divide. All right, which one goes in the house? Which one goes in the house? Put 3 out here. Once you guys do this division, you're going to have the whole price of that TV, also known as the regular price. Okay? You guys work that out. Let me know what you get. What'd y'all get for an answer? Hey, everyone's getting the same answer. That must be the regular price on that TV. Excellent. Let's do another one. All right, let's shift down to number 10. Let's go to the section that says, not too fast there. Not too fast there. Steve bought a CD for 40% off the regular price of $21, not including tax. The next day it was on sale for 70% off the regular price. How much money would he have saved if he had waited to buy the CD? I'm going to do this the long way, and then I'm going to do it the short way. The long way is to do what with that percent? Put it over 100. Is the regular price of $21 the 40% part that he didn't have to pay, or is that the whole? That's right, it's the whole. When you solve for X, you'll figure out how much he didn't have to pay on that CD, or his savings. So I'm going to reduce this right here. They're both divisible by 20. That gives me 2 over 5 equals X over 21. I'm going to cross multiply. 5 times X is the same as 2 times 21. 2 times 21 is what? That's right, 42. So X equals 42 divided by 5. 5 goes into 42 how many times? 8 times, let me do that over here, 42 divided by 5. 5 goes in there 8 times. Put a decimal point in here. I think we're going to need it. That's 40. Subtract, you get 2. Bring down a 0. 5 goes into 20 how many times? Looks like $8 and how many cents? Yep. That's how much you saved if you got it 40% off. What is 10% of $21? Yeah, 2.1. Yes, it scoots the decimal point over one place. So if 10% of $21 is 2.1, 40% of $21 has to be what? What would 40% of 21 be? $8.40. Oh my gosh, which one was the faster way to get the answer? I kind of like this way. You do whichever way you like best. Okay, so now let's go do the next one. It says the next day it was on sale for 70% off the regular price. You can do this. What was the regular price? You can do that. If you do that, I'd reduce this first. Then I would cross multiply. What's 21 multiplied by 7? X is going to be 147 divided by 10. Dividing by 10, Stephanie, does that make my number bigger or smaller if I divide it by 10?
Bigger.
If I divide by 10?
Smaller.
Smaller. So that means I get to move the decimal point one place. Which direction? There's only one 0 here. To the right?
To the left.
Okay, to the left makes it smaller. $14.70 was the sale price the next day. Of course, you could have done that 10% thing, right? What's 10% of $21? You guys already told me. What's 10% of $21? 2.1. So shouldn't 70% of $21 be 7 times bigger? What's 7 times 2.1? Oh my gosh, you got the same answer. Which one was faster? Yeah, that one right there. Okay, let's answer the question now. The question was, how much money would he have saved if he had waited to buy the CD? How much money would he have saved if he had waited and bought it this day as compared to this day? What's the last step? Yes, you're going to subtract. Let's take $14.70 and subtract $8.40. No. Go sit down. You want everyone to hear that you wanted to go to the restroom in the middle of my video? It is. And you know what? I know you're not going to wet yourself. I've never seen an 8th grader wet themselves in the 10 years that I've been teaching. Okay, let's subtract. That was just a little funny for y'all. We're subtracting. What's 14 subtract 8? I think we would have saved $6.30. Oh, do you even want to know an easier way to do this? What's 70% subtract 40%? What's 70% subtract 40%? That's 30%. Well, I know 10% of 21 is what? The difference between the 2% was 30%. What's 30% of 21? Shouldn't that be 3 times bigger? Hey, $6.30. Wasn't that the super fast way to get the answer? Oh yeah. Now we have the answer to number 10. Woo! Good job. Yes, now you can go to the potty.